News updates on family home fired on January 3rd, 2024.
A sad update tonight to a story that we've been covering.
Family now confirming that 2 children have died as a result of the fire yesterday in a St. Paul home. Fox 9's Rose Schmidt is live from the fire department right now with what we've learned tonight. Rose?
Well, we spoke with the next door neighbors who called 911, one of them telling us that her grandchildren typically plays with these children, so she was devastated to hear this news tonight. Stuffed animals now line the steps of this St. Paul home, placed by the women next door who watched in horror as their neighbor's house went up in flames Wednesday morning. The home on Arkwright Street belongs to the Vang family, seen here in a photo shared with Fox 9. St. Paul firefighters say a mother and 6 children, 3 girls and 3 boys, all between the ages of 1 and 6, were inside the home when the fire started, and all of them were found unconscious due to smoke inhalation. Authorities initially said all 7 were in critical condition, but the family confirmed Thursday evening that 2 children, a boy and a girl, have since died from their injuries. The fire broke out around 1:30 a.m. while the children's father was at work. On his GoFundMe page, he shared that doctors told him 2 of his other children will not survive the next 24 hours. He asked for prayers and hope for his wife and another child, who he says has a 50-50 chance of survival. The Hmong 18 Council is also asking for donations, writing on Facebook, "This is a difficult time for the family. Let us come together and show our support to our Hmong family." The father wrote that the GoFundMe will help with funeral expenses. Now, St. Paul firefighters do believe this fire was accidental. Reporting live in St. Paul, Rose Schmidt, Fox 9.
St. Paul, Minnesota Fire Department.
Arena. Okay.
I think Chief Gaby wanted you, otherwise, if not, that's good. Okay. Good morning, everyone. My name is Deputy Chief Roy Makoso, ROY-MOKOSSO, Deputy Chief PIO for the St. Paul Fire Department. I'll go first and just kind of talk about the events that occurred early this morning, and then the Chief will follow up with some remarks, and then after that, I'll take any questions. So a little after 1:30, crews were called to an address on the 1200 block of Arkwright. When they arrived, they found smoky conditions. They made entry. They found a fire, which they quickly extinguished. Crews were on scene. First crew was there just under 4 minutes. And then we had 3 crews there inside of 5 minutes. As soon as they had a knock on the fire, they started searches on the main floor. They ended up finding 7 individuals inside the home, 6 children and 1 adult. All of the individuals inside the home were taken outside where CPR was started. All the individuals were unconscious at the time of their rescue from the home. CPR was started, and then all individuals were transported by St. Paul Fire paramedics to a local hospital. Crews finished up at the scene, conducted overhaul, and started the investigation. The investigation does not appear to be suspicious. This appears to be an accidental fire. No responders were injured during firefighting activities. A total of 63 firefighters responded, 8 in fire apparatus, as well as 8 additional in our paramedic or ambulances, as well as 3 chief officers. And crews were on scene. Investigations kind of wrapped up around 5:30, but the majority of the firefighting activities were over within about 30 minutes, but crews were on scene for the better part of 2.5 hours. So with that, I'll turn things over to the chief, who has spoken to a number of the responders.
Yeah, thank you. Hello, everyone. Chief Butch Inks, INKS for last name spelling. Just want to take this opportunity to thank the responders that responded to this event. In my almost 30-year career, I can count on one hand on how many times this happens, so it's a pretty significant event. And thanking the women and men of this department is the utmost priority for myself. Talked to a few of the responders that responded. Again, Chief Makoso mentioned the response times under 4 minutes, and having 5 apparatus there in under 5 minutes is an incredible response time. in the reason that these 7 individuals still have a chance right now. So one of our rescuers, one of our persons rescued three people. And I'll walk you through that real quick on how that works. We show up on scene in a house or dwelling that's visibility is nil. You can't see anything. And this individual went in, quickly found one child, pulled the child out, went back in, found another child, pulled that child out. And then went back in for a third time and found another child and pulled that child out and began doing medical CPR on that child right as they exited the building. So it's a very traumatic event for our folks. We do this for a living, right? It's our job, but it's still, we're human beings, and it's very difficult to do a lot of times, and to maintain composure and to maintain the reason why we're there. So these individuals that responded today really performed heroic things, and these 7 individuals are in a hospital where they're hopefully obviously receiving the best care that they can. So with that, that's all I have, so thank you.
Were there working smoke detectors in the home? How do you reconcile sort of the lack of visible damage to the significant number of injuries?
Sure. Yes, indications are that there were working smoke detectors in the home at the time of the fire. Some of the things that probably impeded the occupants being able to get out is just the location of where the fire was and the location of where the bedrooms were. And the additional fact is that there are 6 children, 1 adult. I think the one thing I can say is that we'll continue through the investigation process to try to determine how we can turn around and use this information for our prevention education. But having working smoke detectors in the home, having an evacuation plan is always important to have.
What are the conditions of the 7?
Just based on HIPAA, we can't talk about it. I can tell you that the victims were brought out of the home unconscious. CPR was started right away, and all 7 were transported to local hospital. I did get an update, and 2 of the occupants were transported to a different hospital, and that was just based on needs and incapacity at the primary hospital where they were taken.
Are they all expected to recover?
I should probably address this also. There was an initial report that there was a fire fatality, and I think that came out early, and I'm not sure how that was reported, but all of the victims right now are in critical conditions. So that's